I always loved magic shows growing up. I didn't necessarily need to figure out exactly how some of the magic tricks were done. I just liked the entire mystery of it all. Now, it's easy to become obsessed with the unsolved mysteries of the world. Most people like to think that anything can be figured out or solved, but that is just not the case. You're probably familiar with some of the more popular unsolved mysteries, such as the Bermuda Triangle or the search for the Holy Grail. Here are 7 of history's greatest unsolved mysteries that you might not be familiar with. Number 1. Voynich Manuscript. Named after the Polish-American antique bookseller Wilfrid M. Voynich, who acquired it in 1912, the Voynich Manuscript is a detailed 240-page book written in a language or script that is completely unknown. Its pages are also filled with colorful drawings of strange diagrams, odd events, and plants that do not seem to match any known species, which adds to the intrigue of the document and the difficulty of deciphering it. The original author of the manuscript remains unknown, but carbon dating has revealed that its pages were made sometime between 1404 and 1438. It has been called the world's most mysterious manuscript. Of course, there are a lot of theories about the origin and nature of the manuscript. Some believe it was meant to be a book detailing medicinal drugs and their effects to address topics in medieval or early modern medicine. Many of the pictures of herbs and plants hint that it may have been some kind of textbook for an alchemist. The fact that many diagrams appear to be of astronomical origin, combined with the unidentifiable biological drawings, has even led some to propose that the book may have an alien origin. One thing most agree on is that the book is unlikely to be a hoax given the amount of time, money, and detail that would have been required to make it. Number 2. Bale Ciphers. The Bale Ciphers are a set of 3 cybertexts that supposedly revealed the location of one of the grandest buried treasures in US history. We're talking about thousands of pounds of gold, silver, and jewels. The treasure was originally obtained by a mysterious man named Thomas Jefferson Bale in 1818 while prospecting in Colorado. Of the 3 cybertexts, only the second one has been cracked. Interestingly, the US Declaration of Independence turned out to be the key. A curious fact, given that Bale shares his name with the author of the Declaration of Independence. The cracked text does reveal the county where the treasure was buried, Bedford County, Virginia, but its exact location is likely encrypted in one of the other uncracked ciphers. Be cool if National Treasure 3 was about this. Number 3. Phaistos Disc. The mystery of the Phaistos Disc is a story that sounds like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. Discovered by Italian archaeologist Luigi Pernier in 1908 in the Minoan Palace site of Phaistos, the disc is made of fired clay and contains mysterious symbols that may represent an unknown form of hieroglyphics. It is believed that it was designed sometime in the 2nd millennium BC. Today, the disc remains one of the most famous puzzles of archaeology. Number 4. Carver Inscription. When you look at the 18th century shepherd's monument in Staffordshire, England, and you might take it as nothing more than a sculpted recreation of Nicholas Poussin's famous painting Arcadian Shepherds. Look closer though, and you'll notice a curious sequence of letters, a code that has eluded decipherment for over 250 years. Though the identity of the code Carver remains a mystery, some have speculated that the code could be a clue left behind by the Knights Templar about the whereabouts of the Holy Grail. Many of the world's greatest minds have tried to crack the code and failed, including Charles Dickens and Charles Darwin. Number 5. The Wow Signal. One summer night in 1977, Jerry Emmett, a volunteer for SETI, where the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, may have become the first man ever to receive an intentional message from an alien world. Emmett was scanning radio waves from deep space, hoping to randomly come across a signal that bore the hallmarks of one that might be sent by intelligent aliens. And then he saw his measurements spike. The signal lasted for 72 seconds, the longest period of time it could possibly be measured by the array that Emmett was using. It was loud and appeared to have been transmitted from a place, dare I say, where no man has gone before, which is in the constellation Sagittarius near a star called Tau Sagittarii, 120 light years away. Emmett wrote the words "wow" on the original printout of the signal, thus its title as the WOW signal. All attempts to locate the signal have since failed, leading to much controversy and mystery about its origins and its meaning. Number 6, the Taos Hum. The town of Taos in north-central New Mexico is a small, laid-back, artsy community that is home to an unusual mystery, a resident hum of unknown origin, the so-called Taos Hum. A variety of theories have been offered as an explanation, from the psychological to the paranormal, from secret government mind control experiments to underground UFO bases and stoned hippies. The hum seems to have first been reported in the early 1990s. Joe Mullins, a professor of engineering at the University of New Mexico, conducted research into the Taos Hum. Based on a survey of residents, about 2% of the general population was believed to be hearers, or those who claimed to detect the hum. Sensitive equipment was set up in the homes of several of the hearers, measuring sounds and vibrations, but after extensive testing, nothing unusual was detected. The research revealed, however, that there was not a single identifiable Taos hum, but instead several different ones that people reported. Some described it as a whirl, hum, or buzz. And finally, number 7, the aluminum wedge of Aiud. The aluminum wedge of Aiud is a wedge-shaped object found 2 kilometers east of Aiud, Romania, on the banks of the Mureș River in 1974. The object was reported to be discovered 35 feet under sand and along 2 mastodon bones. Physically, the artifact looked similar to the head of a hammer. The wedge was allegedly taken to a local archaeological institute to be examined, where it was found to be made of an alloy of aluminum encased in a thin layer of oxide. The alloy of the wedge is composed of 12 different elements. This artifact is considered strange because aluminum was not discovered until 1808 and not produced in quantity until 1885. Aluminum requires 1000 degrees of heat to be made. The fact that the wedge was found in the same layer of earth as mastodon bones would make it at least 11,000 years old. Many people have claimed that the artifact is proof that aliens visited Earth. Engineers have reported that the object resembles the foot of a landing gear, not unlike the technology used on spaceships. The scientific community believes the wedge was made on Earth and its purpose is not yet identified. Due to the limited amount of information that exists on the subject, the origin of the artifact is still unclear. Today, the wedge is not on display to the public and remains in an undisclosed location. You know what I always wanted? Like a magical computer that I can type in any question I have on anything throughout history and it will actually give me the real answer. Like, who actually killed JFK? Or where is the Loch Ness Monster? And it'll just like tell you all the answers like right there. Of course, that does not exist. And I really like learning about all these unsolved mysteries because I actually like the feeling that we don't have everything figured out. And there's more out there than what we think we know about the world or the universe. Anyway, leave your comments about these mysteries in the comments below. And if you need me, I'll be in Bedford County, Virginia, with a metal detector. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I appreciate your watching. See ya.